Hello, I'm Dane, and this is Dane Explains. This week is the celebration of the ascension of Jesus. Specifically, it's on Thursday. If you thought it was next Sunday, that's because some dioceses moved the celebration to the following Sunday. Anyway, the Bible records several people who were ascended, or were taken up into heaven, body and all. Now we know heaven is a place for non-corporeal souls, and we know the souls of the people who ascended are in heaven. But what physical space are their bodies in? Are their bodies locked away until the final resurrection? Or are they united with their souls in heaven? Let me explain. This is actually a subject I covered early in my channel, and those early videos are pretty painful to watch. So I decided to cover some of the topics again to save anyone from having to cringe their way through my old videos. But they're still up if you'd like to go do that. Also, my videos are much more succinct than they used to be. Alright, the Bible lists several people who are taken up into heaven: Enoch, Elijah, and Jesus. Catholic tradition also says that Mary, the mother of Jesus, was assumed into heaven as well. Many people believe the Apostle John also was. But since he wrote the last book in the Bible, Revelation, it's not a surprise that the event wasn't recorded in the Bible. Despite the way things are translated, Jesus is the only person who was ascended into heaven. Everyone else was assumed. This is because ascending takes an act of the will of the person doing the ascending, and being assumed is what happens when God acts to take someone into heaven. So only Jesus, being God, could ascend. He even acknowledges this in John 3:13. Another important note is Jesus is the only one of those people who had a resurrected body. So where did these people's bodies physically go? For Enoch and Elijah, we know they didn't actually get to heaven, because nothing unclean can enter heaven, and Jesus hadn't even come yet to cleanse them. Although, with Elijah, it explicitly states he was taken up into heaven in 2 Kings 2. You have to remember, people back then considered everything above the earth heaven. So, according to their definition, the space station is in heaven, just not the highest heaven. I think most likely their souls went to a good place in Sheol, aka Limbo, pointed out as the bosom of Abraham in Luke 16:23. This is speculation, but I think God separated from their bodies at that point, at least until Jesus. He could have just transported their bodies to that point in time, but we don't know. After Jesus, things got a lot more clear. 1, the gates of heaven are opened, so their souls can enter it. I think this is the first resurrection Jesus referred to repeatedly in the Gospels, also known as the resurrection of the souls. 2, John was given the vision he recorded in the book of Revelation. The most informative passages are recorded near the end in Revelation 20 and Revelation 21. In Revelation 20, it mentions some saints, specifically martyrs for Jesus, will be resurrected 1,000 years before the others to reign with Christ. Now it's speculated that the 1,000-year reign is referring to Christ's reigning through the church. 1,000 years just meaning a long time, since the church has been around for nearly 2,000 years. Prophecies can have multiple fulfillments, as I've covered in other videos before, so that may well be correct. However, it mentions that a small number of people will be resurrected to reign with Christ, and then in the end, the rest will be raised. Since when we die, we know our souls can go to heaven, and we don't have to wait until the end to get our bodies, this seems to imply these lucky people will be getting their bodies back before the rest of us do, to spend with Christ in his kingdom. I think this is the same kingdom I talked about around 20 videos ago, where I talked about where the kingdom of heaven is located, which I think is revealed in the next chapter of Revelation, chapter 21. John sees a new heaven and a new earth, because the old heaven and the old earth have passed away. He also mentions that he sees a new Jerusalem, where God dwells. It's not on the new earth yet. He saw it coming down from heaven. So that may indicate the city already existed in heaven before the end. This not only gives Christ a place to reign before the end, it gives the bodies of those he assumed in heaven, and those he resurrected, a place to physically reside as well. So, where are all the bodies of those who are assumed into heaven? Quite possibly, already in the New Jerusalem with Christ. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and ding the bell to get notified when I post new videos. Also, please support me on Patreon to get extra content and special perks. Link in the description. The more people support me, the more time I can dedicate to making videos like this one. So, until next time, have a great week.